Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about atopic dermatitis, which is also known as eczema. Atopic means allergy, derma means skin, and itis means inflammation. So what we understand by atopic dermatitis is the skin inflammation due to allergy. So the most common locations are the face, hands, feet, insides of the elbows, creases of the wrist, and back of the knees. The clinical features, mostly we find skin rashes that will be dry and itchy, redness will be present, and sometimes there can be formation of blisters, and sometimes they can also be lichenified, that is leather like look. It looks like the skin looks like leather, that is the thickening of the skin. It is more common among children. So what is the mechanism of development? When the immune system it attacks itself, that is known as hypersensitivity, which I have discussed in my earlier videos. Atopic dermatitis, mainly hypersensitivity, are of 4 types: type 1, type 2, and type 3, type 4. And atopic dermatitis is type 1 hypersensitivity, which starts with environmental factors like pollens, flower pollens mainly, etc. Such environmental factors can be there. Then these environmental factors, it leads to the antigen presenting cells. These antigen cells, they form the B cells, and then the IgE, immunoglobulin E antibodies, they trigger the mast cell. This is due to the first exposure. But when there will be second exposure to the same pollen again, these mast cells, they will get degranulated, that is degranulation of the mast cell will take place. What do we understand by degranulation? Will be there will be release of histamines, protease, leukotrienes, and some other chemical substances. So after these degranulation, the blood vessels, they will dilate and become leaky, which brings more immune cells. And the inflammation, it makes the skins more leaky, or we can say loose, due to which it allows the allergens to pass into the skin. And due to this, it allows more water to escape. That is, the skin becomes dehydrated. Because of the dehydration, the skin becomes dry and scaly. That is, sometimes in children what we find is, if there is rash, the children may scrap it, which the scrapping will lead to the formation of very severe, that it will only make the rash worse. So there is a cycle of this, that is allergy mediated inflammation. It leads to the dry skin, then the dry skin will lead to the itching, then again the itching forms the allergy mediated inflammation. So in this way the cycle goes on. In infants, rash is mostly seen on the face and scalp. This is the most common location of the rash in the infants. And in children, it is seen mostly on the flexor surface of the extremities, that is the back of the knees or crease of the wrist, etc. How can we manage them? We can manage them by applying moisturizers after bath, then dressing in soft fabrics, then management of stress, which is not mostly found in children, but if it is found in adult, then this should be done. Avoid overheating. Identify and avoid the triggers. We should identify what environmental factor is causing this, and then we should avoid that. Then keeping the skin hydrated, and in severe cases when the rashes are not going even after such management, then we can go for antihistamines. There is an additional feature, that is genetics is important. There is an atopic triad, that is atopic dermatitis, asthma, and allergic rhinitis. These atopic triads runs in families. So we should remember genetics are much important in this as well. So this was all about the clinical feature, location, mechanism, and management of atopic dermatitis. Thank you.